So a warm climate, ideally. Greece, as I mentioned, it's very hot here today, so a warm climate would be perfect for the Cabernet Sauvignon, so Greece, California, and so on. The grape was cultivated in Bordeaux, so it origins from Bordeaux, France, and we go back to the 17th century when it was discovered. However, it's the most planted grape variety worldwide, so you'll find Cabernet Sauvignon everywhere. So with me here today, I've brought two different wine glasses, both for red wine. This one is called the Bordeaux wine glass or the Cabernet glass, and this is the Burgundy glass, ideal for Pinot Noir, not so much for Cabernet Sauvignon. Not that it's a huge deal, it wouldn't alternate your wine in a huge way, but you know, in order to achieve and to get the most out of every wine, let's stick to perfection. Okay, so ideally for Cabernet, we would use this wine glass. Why, you ask? Well, let me just take this off. Style the microphone a little bit. So why, you ask? Well, in Cabernet Sauvignon, the aromatics are very intense, powerful. So in order to achieve a balance, I want to say, in our aromas, and not to get overstimulated or overwhelmed, we would not want to use a wide glass, because the wider the glass, the more the aromatics will rise. Now, just to recap, we have our Bordeaux Cabernet Sauvignon and our Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon. Even though the varietal is the same, since it's from a different location, it's cultivated in a different location, and the producer is obviously not the same guy, we should have big differences in the taste, the aromatics, even in the color. So let's, mix and match, let's compare, and let's see what we have here. First, let's begin with the French Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay, so, Cabernet should be associated with the word dark. That's the word I want you to keep in mind while thinking of the Cabernet Sauvignon, because first of all, the color is very dark. Okay, so it's a deep ruby dense color, and this shows a little bit of aging since it's getting a little bit more orangey on the tip. Okay, let's see the aromatics. Today, as I mentioned earlier, it's a very hot day, and to be honest, red wine is not my best choice. Maybe I should have reviewed a white wine variety, but this is basic stuff, so let's see. Okay, so lots of earthiness, okay, leather, yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant to say this, but I'm getting a scent of barnyard, which it doesn't sound very appealing, but it's okay, it's fine. A lot of red fruit, so again the word black dark. Okay, so we have black currant, dark fruit, right? Black currant, black cherries, black raspberries, a little bit of vanilla, which I'm assuming is from the aging, so definitely aging here. A little bit of cinnamon, and a little bit of spices in the back. this is one of the main reasons that I forgot to mention this, that Cabernet Sauvignon loves aging, so it has a long aging potential. And one of the factors that gives us the long aging potential are the tannins. Okay, so we have very powerful, strong tannins here. It should be a full-bodied wine, but it feels medium body. So the theory says that Cabernet is always full-bodied, but to me this seems like a little bit lighter in the mouth. I would describe it as medium body. And we have a little bit of mirror in here, so the aromatics are the same with the tasting notes. So again, cinnamon, spices, red fruit. It's very tannic, to be honest, which I like a wine to have high tannins, but tannin levels. But Cabernet Sauvignon is so powerful, so dense. Anyway, spices, red fruit. I'm not getting anything else, to be honest. Let's move on to the Napa Valley wine. So this is even darker than the Bordeaux wine. I'm not getting age in here, and to be honest, when I poured these two wines, I didn't really pay attention to the vintage. So, well, the French one is definitely over 5 years, I would assume. This is has more of a purple color to it, but again, deep color. Okay, so dark Cabernet Sauvignon. Let's see. Yeah, very powerful notes, as I mentioned. I'm not sure if it's from the glass, as we said earlier, but the aromatics, like, whoa, hits you straight away. Smoke, leather, earthiness, not so much red fruit as we had with the Bordeaux wine. Clove. Whoa, this is even more tannic than this one. So spices straight away, like huge amount of spices. I can feel it on my tongue. Very tannic, and my mouth has dried out completely now. So this is definitely, both of them, Cabernet Sauvignon in general, is definitely a food wine. Okay, that's the word I was looking for, a food wine. So you need food to accommodate this varietal. And what food are we looking for? You tell me, since this is a rich, powerful, dense, intense wine. What food do you think would go well with this? There you go, exactly, you've been paying attention. So the rule when it comes to food pairing, food and wine pairing, the more acidic our food is, the more acidic our wine should be. The more rich and intense our food is, the more rich and intense our wine should be. So here, since we have richness, powerfulness, intensity, intenseness, we want rich food. So maybe ribeye, definitely meat. Okay, so you know that red wine goes with meat. So maybe a ribeye, maybe lamb, a nice juicy steak. So this was the Cabernet Sauvignon, a wine that prefers long growing season, warm climate, the king of the wine varieties, at least for me, the most planted wine variety worldwide. And you know, some of the best wines I've tried, and I believe in general that you would find out there some of the best wines, like Scarecrow Cabernet Sauvignon, amazing. Opus One Mondavi, amazing. Camus amazing wine varieties, amazing wine bottles, expensive wine bottles to be honest, so if you can afford them, that's great. If not, we have the carbon method that we discussed in the previous video. So that's it for the day. I hope you're well. Please consider subscribing. This helps me out very much because the more growth the channel has, the more quality I'm able to upload. I'll see you guys soon. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and always, what's our motto here? Yeah, always drink responsibly. Cheers, guys.